Hello there, and thank you for tuning in today. Today we're going to be taking a look at Dungeon Dwellers, the adventure card game by S2 Adventures. This game is my wife and I's favorite game that we like to play together. We can sit down for an hour or so and be content with just this game. This game is a 2 to 5 player game. Before I even went to Gen Con 2015, this game was already on my radar. However, I did not realize that he had a playmat and the Barbarian Pack coming out then too. However, they had limited supplies at Gen Con 2015, and so I went ahead and pre-ordered this, even though they had some, because I think it knocked off 10% if I remember. I went ahead and ordered the Barbarian Pack and the playmat. However, because they had so much stock on Sunday, I was able to go ahead and pick up my copy and start playing Sunday. And then at Gen Con 2016, I went ahead and picked up the Monk Pack. This pack, I actually got to beta test through Scott, the designer, and I gave him some feedback, and I really like that he listened, but then again, I'm not sure if he actually listened to me or if he had plans to change the artwork, because that was part of my feedback. The Monk looked more like a sorcerer, which I may still have the card somewhere around here, but they actually made it to look like a monk. And they changed some other things too. I have not had a chance to play with this yet, but this is something that me and wife are planning to check out. Now, if you've never heard of Dungeon Dwellers, hopefully this review will put this game on your radar. If you are on the fence about this game, hopefully I can help you to decide yay or nay. So, let's open it up and take a look. So the way you start this game is that you pick out your warriors, and then you can either build the deck or you can save the deck that you played from last time. The instruction book does give you some examples of starting decks. The game does provide you with an excess amount of stock cards to create your own deck how you would like. And then the starting health, which is here in the top corner, says 10 health here, so then you would go to 10 on your health tracker. And it also says what starting cards to start with. So mine says Heal and Holy Water. So I'd go through my deck, pull out the Holy Water, and the Heal, and then shuffle this, and I'll place it next to my person. I want to leave room for a discard pile. This now becomes my energy deck. I can use these cards to do extra damage or do extra feat. And here's the paladin or the warrior. And he has 10 life also, so I'll start with 10 on him, just to kind of show you how this game is played. And then he starts with a buckler and a potion of strength. Potion of strength, and a buckler. And these would get shuffled and placed right here. Now, we have to set up the monster deck. So we do that, we shuffle up. If you notice, I got most of my cards in sleeves. I do that to protect my cards. However, this card stock is pretty decent. It's a lot better than the last game I reviewed. However, there is some edging to the artwork, so the ink is not lasting very long on these. So if you get this game, do invest in some sleeves. So these are the boss monsters. And I'll go ahead and shuffle those, and I'll pick one and put the rest back in the box. Then I'll pick 3 level 3 monsters. 1, 2, 3. Put those on top. Then I'll pick 3 level 2 monsters. 2, 3, and put those on top. And then level 1 monsters. And put those on top. 2, 3. Then I will place those top level 1 monsters in these slots here, where it says monsters. And it tells you 2 to 3 players. Okay. And these are the experience points and health trackers for the monsters. One is worth 1 point, and the other one is worth 5 points. Red represents 1 HP for the monster, or 1 XP for the hero. And then the blue represents 5. Then you have the exploration deck. Obviously, again, you can see these sleeves. But the back of them would look like that. And so you'll shuffle those and put them right here on this playmat. This playmat is really nice. If you do get the game, I'd recommend getting the playmat. And this is the treasure deck. You can get treasures by defeating monsters and spending XP on it. Also, you can get new powers through your energy deck. The way this is done is there is a treasure phase, which is started by someone that has killed a monster during the round. The player that killed the monster would go first, and then it'd go around to each player that has XP to use to buy either treasure or energy for the abilities. You can spend 5 experience points to get a power from the top of your energy deck, or you can spend 10 to get from the discard pile, so you can actually pick which one you want. That one's a little nicer. You can also discard 5 experience points to take the top card of the treasure pile. Sometimes there'll be treasures that allow you to take energy cards. You can also discard 2 face-down treasure cards to collect any card from the discard pile as a treasure. Or you can discard 1 face-down card and exchange 5 experience points to collect any card in the discard pile as treasure. However, whoever has the most treasure at the end of the game wins. So this is a cooperative game, and it is kind of all for your own. If any player dies, the game is over. However, the player with the most gold, like I said, wins. And so let us begin. Before we begin, I do have to say that your energy decks have to be 30 cards. And then you take out the starter cards after the 30. So I'm going to start with my priest. He's going to attack first. The way he does this is that he'll actually go to one of these doors, they call it. But before we go to the door, we have to go in to the room. And so this will be the room that says Lightning Bolt Corridor. Now, this deck can be pretty unforgiving. Sometimes it's just relentless damage after damage after damage. So it says, inflict 3 points of special damage on all heroes. All heroes must expend 3 energy, reveal another exploration card. See, that's pretty unforgiving. And so, I'm going to go down to 7 here, and he'll go down to 7 here. And then I have to expend 3 energy. And then 3 energy here. Okay, and then the next one. You can end up dying on the first turn. Inflict 4 points of special damage on all heroes. All heroes must expend 4 energy. Now I'm down to 3. Because if you notice, I don't have any armor for special. Neither does the warrior. And then both of us have to expend 4 energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then reveal the next card. Choose one hero to gain a gold card. Inflict unblockable damage equal to the gold card value divided by 10. Reveal another card. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick my priest, and then another 3 points of damage, and I am dead. Now that's pretty unforgiving. Now, let's say we start over, and these cards are at the bottom. So we all go back up to 10. Put these back here. Shuffle all these cards. Alright, so let's start over again. So I'll flip over this card. It says when a monster is revealed, place an additional 5 experience tokens on each monster. Or on that monster. And so let's say he's going to go, he's in the Torture Room, and so he's going to pick this door to open, and so it has 10 life. As you can see, it's worth 10 gold, and it does 2 range. I went ahead and readjusted the camera so that way you get a better view of the play area and you can see the treasure deck. Now that my priest is going into the first room, which is the Torture Room, he's going to pick this door, and he has revealed the imp. And the Torture Room says that I have to take 5 extra experience points. If you remember, these are worth 5. Originally, he was worth 10 with 10 gold and has 2 range. So I'm going to put this 5 here for the extra 5, and I'll put another 5, and I'll put 5 singles on them, like this. Okay, so my priest is going to go first. He gets to attack first, while the monster attacks second, unless it says otherwise. And even if I kill this monster, I still have to take damage regardless. It's supposed to be like real time. And so he's going to use his hammer to inflict 4 points of melee damage. And so he's going to take 4 off of the monster's health, put it here, but then he'll expend 1 of his energies to go ahead and take another one. I could do more, but at this time I'm going to wait. He's going to attack me for 2, so now I'm going to have to go down to 8 points of damage. And then the warrior is going to go. I can either choose to attack the same monster or choose one of the other doors to open. For the sake of this game, I'm just going to have him attack this end. And so, he's going to use his longsword to inflict 4 points of damage. But he can expend 1 to get the 5th, which he'll do. But then he doesn't have any armor as of yet, so he's going to go ahead and take 2 points of damage. Puts him down to 8. Now it goes back to my priest's turn. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to expend 1 to take this off. However, before my turn is over, I'm going to go ahead and heal. So it says heal up to 3 health to any heroes. Gain 1 experience token for each point healed to other heroes. And so I have to expend 1 energy. The numbers on the bottom of these cards tell you the cost. So I will expend 1 energy to use heal, and I will heal myself 1, and I'll heal the warrior 2. Put him back up to 10. So then I'm going to get 2 more experience points. And so this monster is gone, and he goes to me since I killed him. He's worth 10 gold. Now there's a treasure phase. Well, first, before the treasure phase, I do have to take those 2 points of range damage. So I'm going to go back down to 7. Now there's a treasure phase. And I can look through here to see if there's anything I want to buy, which there is ringed mail, which I'm going to get for 10 gold, or 10 experience points. And what this says is it says absorb 7 points of melee or special damage, and that's where I get this dice. That's what these dice are for, their armor. And so that's how it keeps track of it. So once this is expended all the way, this goes in my discard pile. Okay, and then the warrior can spin if they have some. Well, they don't have very much, but they can use 5 of their experience points to buy one of these. And it says, 10, gain a treasure from your discard pile. These cards are really nice because of that. And so he's going to get the sharpened weapon ability. And it says, add 2 points to weapon attack per energy expended, up to 5 energy. And so he can expend up to 5 energy to do a max of 10 extra damage. That is a really nice card. And so now it's going to go to the priest's turn. And he's going, not the priest, sorry, the warrior's turn. And he's going to pick another door. He'll pick this one. And this one is a Pit Fiend. It says, again, when a monster is revealed, place 5 additional experience on it. So we'll do the same thing like we did before. And it does 2 points of melee. What's nice about the melee monsters is that if I attack with a range, they can't attack back. However, I'm really itching to use this ability here. So, first, I have to attack with my weapon, which is 4 points of damage. And then I'm going to expend up to... I'm going to expend one energy. I'm going to expend 1 energy to take this, and then I'm going to expend 5 cards to do 10 points of damage. And then I'll take this. Now he has to take 2 points of damage. However, now he gets this monster, and that triggers a treasure phase again. And so he has a total of 15 experience points that he can use right now. And he'll look through here, see if there's anything he wants. And he sees a brute force, so he'll go ahead and pay 10 for it. And he'll use his other 5 to get another treasure. 50 gold. And then now it's the priest's turn to buy. And he sees protection from evil in his discard pile, so he'll go ahead and pick that out. And now it's the priest's turn. He'll just open up this door. Ooh, it's a giant spider. So it's worth 11, but then I have to put 5 extra hit points on it. And it does 2 melee. And so, my priest is going to go ahead and do 4 points of damage. But then he'll expend 1 to do an extra. Now the spider will attack back and he'll do 2 points of damage. And that'll take me down to 5. Now it's the warrior's turn. And he will go ahead and do 5 points of damage by expending 1 and using his longsword. And then he'll expend 3 cards to take the 6. And then he'll take 2 damage as well. But then he gets that card as a reward. And then now there's another treasure phase because another monster died. And so what he's going to do is he's going to look through here again, because you always want to look to see what you discarded. And he sees a 2-handed sword. And he's going to pay 10 for that because it replaces his longsword and inflicts 6 points of damage. So we'll put that there. And he's going to turn in 5 to get another treasure here. 40. Okay, so now the priest, if he wants to buy something, he can. Well, he's only got 5 experience points, so he doesn't have any treasures, so we go ahead and put that back and get a treasure. 20 gold. Now, since there's no monsters left, the next round of monsters come out for level 2, and the room changes. So you go through each room, attack the monsters, go to the next room, the same thing. And so then you're going to flip this over, and it says, Heroes' ranged weapons attack damage is increased by 2. So this is Chasm. So there's obviously a bridge between, or there's obviously a wide space between you and the monsters. So range damage will do extra this turn. And so the priest will go, and he'll choose one of these monsters, and he'll attack. And let's say you go through the game, you go to level 3 monsters, and you go through all those. Once all 3 of these are gone, and if you notice, these are worth more damage. 25, 30, and 25. And the level 2s, they had 15, and it says Hero Phase, expend 1 energy or inflict 2 points of melee damage on all heroes. So that means on the beginning of a hero turn, that hero has to do that. Or all the heroes have to do that. And this monster says attack first, the Spider Swarm. And so they would attack first instead of the hero phase. And like this one says, Monster Phase, hero must discard 4 experience tokens. That's a pretty nasty one. You'd want to get rid of that one right away because it's going to eat away your experience points. This one says start of turn. So at the start of the turn is when the first player goes, which you guys would figure out by rolling a die. So at the start of the turn, you would inflict 2 points of melee damage to all heroes. And then once the last player went and you went back to the first player, the turn would start over again. And then you have to do that again. Once you got through all 3 of those, you go to the boss. The boss is usually pretty nasty. It says start of turn, all heroes discard 2 energy or inflict 2 points of unblockable damage. So that's pretty bad. Because as you go through the game, as you can see, you only have 30 cards total, and you're expending them for abilities, you're expending them to do extra points of damage, monsters are forcing you to expend them, and so you kind of really have to pay attention to what you're doing with your cards, because once you run out, you don't have any left, you're dead. And when one player dies, the game is over. However, there are cards in here that you can add into your deck that allow you to basically heal your energy deck. Refresh. That's how you refresh your energy deck at all. And there is a limit to how many cards of each kind you can have in your deck, which I do believe says in the rule book, if I remember correctly. And obviously there are different cards here that do different things, as you can see. Like, they can be pretty unforgiving, like we showed earlier, or there's empty rooms, there's rooms that do good things, add 1 additional face-down monster to this level, which then you have to get in a box and pull an extra one out, falling rocks, pit, living quarters, swinging axe, small room, etc. And so, let's take it back up top and give our final thoughts. Alright, now for my final thoughts. Now, I'll start with the game components. I really like these glass stones. I did ask for more, and they said that we could probably pick them up at any Michaels or Hobby Lobby. They said that they're not too expensive, they don't really make them because anyone can go out and get them, other than the ones they make for the game. The dice are a nice feature, especially for the armor. Other than that, they have no other use for the game. And then the spin down life counters are nice addition to the game to keep track. However, they spin too easily, and if they get bumped and you're not paying attention, you can lose track of your life. The card quality, like I said, is a good stock. However, the artwork on the edging does come off. That's the only downside. Other than that, I like the artwork they have on the cards. Other than the encounter cards, I wish they were a little bit different, but it's okay. I understand. It looks like a cave entrance, and to the dungeon dwelling. I would say that this game is an easy 7, maybe 8 out of 10, easily for me and my wife. Just because of the replayability, it's always fun. It's never the same play. There's always something changing, making the gameplay different. I like the way that the box comes, where you can stick everything. So you can organize your player decks and a component for everything. I do plan to do another review of each expansion separately. and also to do a playthrough of the rules for this game, because even though I explained a lot of the rules for you, there are some conflicts because of how simple the game rules are. And so when there's two colliding rules, how do you resolve that? I found that out by asking Scott himself, Scott Ostrander. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name, but that's the designer of the game. I had to email him several times with several questions to get clarifying rules, and so I'd like to be able to play through this game to show you how those should be resolved. Hopefully this review has helped you to make your mind, yay or nay, on whether you think this game is right for you, or hopefully cause you to have an interest in this game. Like I said before, the game mat is almost essential with the game. It just makes it easier, and it's nice quality. You can easily lay things out and pick things up. Well, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, have a wonderful day.